Good afternoon. First of all, thank you very much, Green Party, for coming here and giving us this opportunity to let the people know, what your agenda is, what your aims are, what your aspirations, and what do you hope to do for the local communities here in the UK. Where do you stand on the environmental issues?
Well, I mean, as the Green Party, like obviously the environmental issues are basically the reason why our party exists. We know that the climate crisis is the biggest threat that faces humanity today, and that climate crisis is driven by a small, tiny bunch of super rich people. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and all those people who own those horrible big tech companies that are telling people you need to hate the person who lives in your same community as you rather than hating them for stealing all the wealth and the money and the power and using it to build data centers that take all our water, flying private jets that emit more carbon emissions in a single day than people do in a whole year, and just generally be way too greedy whilst the rest of us suffer. So yeah, environmental issues are the number one thing that unites all Green Party supporters.
Fantastic. And what's your objective in terms of unemployment? Unemployment is a massive issue in all BME communities, not here in Greater Manchester, but throughout the UK and Europe.
So, I mean, the Green Party's grand policy is for a 4-day week and for a universal basic income, which basically means like we've got all this technology, we've got all AI, computers, all this stuff. Like 50 or 60 years ago, they were saying we'd only need to work 15 hours a week. And yet still everybody's slaving away 40 hours a week, 35 hours a week. It's way too many. People don't need to be working this much. We need to give people more time to be able to spend time with their family, spend time gardening, looking after the community. So that would be the Green Party's main aim. But also you want to make sure that people have got good, secure jobs. So I'm the trade union liaison officer for the Green Party in Rochdale. And part of my role is basically making people recognise that when they're at work, they should have a say over how their work looks. And if their boss is exploiting them too much, making them work too many hours or in unsafe conditions or anything like that, they do have a chance to be able to speak back against that at their workplace.
Sure. And in terms of housing is a massive crisis in the UK.
Yeah, brother.
We have so many people living, our veterans, our people who made this country great. I've come across, lords sleeping in tents, sleeping under the archways, and sleeping in the doorways. So there's a massive housing issue. How are you going to tackle that?
So I mean, obviously, like the core of the issue is that we've got too many people who are having to private rent. There's not enough social housing in this country. Social housing was like decimated by Margaret Thatcher's right to buy, where people were able to remove housing stock from the public sector, from councils, into their own private hands. So what the Green Party want to do in the Greater Manchester mayoral election, Geraldine's pledging, I think it's 20,000 genuinely affordable social homes just in Greater Manchester. And what that means is basically homes that are owned by the council, that are for the council to rent out at a genuinely affordable rate, so that anyone, no matter what the income they're on or if they're on benefits, they can afford that. Because everybody knows that rent is too high. That's the number one issue that a lot of people face. Talk about a cost of living crisis. Basically, everyone struggles with the amount of money that they pay for rent. If you're a private renter, that's taking up like 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60% of your wages every month. So it's no wonder that a lot of people are struggling to pay that and then end up on the streets. So what we need to do is build more council housing, stop right to buy, and punish people who are bad landlords and punish people who are like exploiting people, and basically set out what it means if you are going to be a landlord, what expectations, what minimum standards have you got to meet to be able to be said you're a good landlord and have a license to be a landlord.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, ladies and lads, and God bless. Keep the good work up for safeguarding society with passion and piety.
Cheers, brother. Nice one. Good to meet you. Thank you.